Hello again. This is going to be a demonstration on doing the prismatic machining. What we're going to do here is we're going to do a periphery cut around the outside of this part here that I've already modeled up. To save some time, I've already got one open up, so we're going to come over here to the prismatic machining bench, which can be found underneath your compass right here. You can also search for it up here in the search bar. But to get things started here, we would normally insert our product, but we've already got one, so we do not need to do that step. So we can move on to picking a machine. And for this, we're going to pick the 3-axis machine like we did before in our previous exercise, which you'll find up here, the 3-axis machine. We're going to select OK. Now it wants us to pick out a rough stock. So we got to create a rough stock, which is what the piece of metal would be that we would cut this out of. Generally you want it to be a little bit larger than what you're working with because you want a nice finish on all of these edges. So we're going to pick our rough stock, which is going to pop up this window. We need to match these shapes together, so let's come down here to our spec tree. Open up our part. First part, select 3D shape, just right here. Yes, we want to create geometry outside of the part. The next thing it's asking for is to select the part body. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come here and we're going to edit some numbers so that we can make this out of a piece of regular stock. So we're going to say that this stock started out as an 8x8 square, half inch thick. We're going to select OK. Now we're going to edit the part operation. For this we need to pick the design part, so we click on design part, we come over here to our part body, and we select our part body, double click off into no man's land. Normally we would be adding fixtures, especially to a piece like this. Some say that a suction cup could handle this, but I think on a contour, you're going to want to have some sort of fixture. But we're going to skip that for this exercise, and we're going to come down here to our rough stock, and it wants us to add our rough stock. So we come over here to the skill tree again, add our rough stock. Click off into no man's land. The last thing it's asking for is our safety plane. And we created our safety plane earlier, so we're going to click on our safety plane, which you can see is right here. But I'm going to click on it in the skill tree. We're going to hide those datums again. And then we're going to select this operation because we want to move the axis to be over here with our axis system. So the origin, we're going to click on the origin, and then we're going to come over here and select this point. Since everything looks okay, because we want the machine to start. This machine's going to have its home. So it's going to start right here. And it's going to come down, come in, cut a line around this part, and follow this contour all the way around. Now that we have that all set up, we can select OK. Next thing we need to do is we need to find a tool. Normally we'd have a tool library, but in this case we do not. So we're going to have to create one. So for this exercise we need to create an end mill, which you find right here. We're going to come up here, we're going to change the name of this to a 1-inch diameter end mill. And we're going to come in here and change our geometry. Like I've said before, you can find all of this information when you buy these tools will come with all the information that you need to put in here. And for this exercise, I have pulled up the information from Haas, and I have one of their end mills and their drills, and I've copied down all the data here. So this is all the data that you would find at the Haas website about this particular cutter. All this information you would need to put into your database right here in order for the tool to match the tool that you're using. The other thing that it provides is it has speeds and feeds, which we will go over here in a minute. So for the first part of this tool, we need cutting diameter of 1 inch. We're going to put a 0.12 or 1/8 of an inch radius on the end of it. The overall length of this particular end mill is 3 inches. The depth of the maximum cut is 1.25 inches. The effective length here, 1.5. Hub diameter is going to be 1 inch. Rounded. Non-cutting diameter. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to come down here to technology. This one in particular is got 3 flutes. Right-handed. Machining quality, rough, finish, or either. We're going to go with either because we want a rough end finish pass with this. This one's made out of carbide. It has a rake angle of 37. Maximum machining length 1.25 inches. This I'm not sure of the amount of time that it would last. All of our chip thickness and all of this we would find underneath those speeds and feeds like I had told you before. For this exercise those are unnecessary, but we will come down here to feeds and speeds and we're going to change these parameters to aluminum because that's what we're using. This is a profile contouring, and we're going to do a finishing pass. Compensation is where you allow the tool to go just a little bit further so that you can get down into the material. We don't need to change that. This is the type of carrier that this tool will sit in. And then it gives us, of course, the colors to change. So now we've entered all of our parameters. We can go ahead and create this tool. And we're going to select OK. I'm going to select on this and hit the close button. Now here it would ask for feature recognition, we have no holes, so we can skip this and go straight into programming. And for this program, we want to use a prismatic machining section. And we're going to come down here and we're going to pick profile contouring. Contouring mode wants us to select between two planes, and we'll say OK. The tool that we're going to use is the one that we've created. I do not want to continue searching. I want to use that tool. The geometry. Select the bottom of the plane in 3D viewer. So we're going to come down here. I'm going to select the bottom. We're going to come over here. We're going to select the top plane. We've got some of our geometry set up. We've got a path already set. This guide right here will guide us around. We could readjust our limits so that we could either be offset of this and do 2 passes if we needed to set up a second pass. But for this demonstration, I think we're fine to simulate. So we're going to go ahead and simulate this. And you're going to see here, we're going to slow this down because I know these things want to go super fast. And we're going to hit play. And you see it comes around, it makes a pass and cuts around the outside. I'll show you that again from a different angle. You can see machine comes down very fast because yet again we have ridiculously fast spindle speeds. These are not realistic in industry. Average speeds, are right around 30,000 RPMs. But yeah, that should conclude our demonstration for today. Thank you, and I hope you have a nice day.